Hey Edith, I thought I'd make you a quick screencast about accessing the rubrics in D2L. So one place you can see the rubrics and where we build them is under Progress and Rubrics. And that's going to show you all the rubrics associated for the class. And here's the Philosophy of Nursing rubric. You can go ahead and click on that and it's going to bring you into edit mode for the rubric, so you can see what's going on here. As I was looking through this before, I noticed that some of the points didn't carry all the way through from our original version that we created in Word here, with our point breakdowns. So I did fix that because that was incorrect and I wanted to point your attention to it. So they now add up to 100 points like they should. So that's one way you can see the rubric. You can also preview the rubric if you want to see it kind of all together in a one style format here. For exactly everything that is here. So the paper section is at the top. The Philosophy of Nursing video is here at the bottom, right? And then it will total up your score and gives you an overall score section down here at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and close that preview. Now, when you're ready to assess with the rubric, you need to go to the assignment itself. So you can go to Activities and Assignments. You can click on Philosophy of Nursing paper, and you'll see all of your students that have submitted papers in here. Looks like everybody except for one of your students submitted a paper. So to get started, there's a couple of different things you can do as you're working through your submissions. If you want to go ahead and download all of these papers and access them offline, you can do that. And you can do that by clicking this top check button and then clicking the download button. It's going to prepare a zip file for you and you can select download from here. And this is going to be everybody's paper that was submitted to the Dropbox. So you can see it gives you all of the files here that have been submitted. It also gives you this index file. And this index file, if you click on that, it will show you any comments that a student made, right? It will also show you the date and time they submitted. So the student, Amy Larrabee, looks like she left you a comment in there. I'm going to go back to that folder, but this is everybody's assignments listed here. You could open them up and read them and do that all offline. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to also close this index file. I'm going to close the download file window. What a lot of folks do though is they assess in D2L as they're going through their assignments. So to start that process, you can go ahead and either click on the file name or you can click the evaluate icon. They're both going to bring you to the same spot in D2L essentially. What you get if you click the file name instead of just evaluate is it's also going to load the file for you in the document viewer. Since I clicked evaluate, instead of clicking that file name, I have to click Philosophy of Nursing, and you'll notice it's going to open up right here in the document viewer for me. So I can go ahead and I can access Jade's paper in the document viewer. I can scroll down. I can see all the pages here. I can see everything that I need right in line with D2L. I can also use any of the annotations tools up here if I wanted to, kind of similar to the comments feature in Word, but if I wanted to leave some annotations for Jade, like, oh, this, maybe I want to go ahead and I don't know, I like pink. I'll circle this in pink, right? Because maybe this is supposed to be bold. And then I could go ahead and I could leave Jade a note here as well that says, please make bold, or whatever your comment is that you want to make, you have access to those types of tools inside of the D2L interface, which is kind of a neat thing. Again, you can do this in Word as well, but then you'd have to upload the comments back to the Dropbox. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to delete these out of here. So I'm going to select the sticky note and say, click the trash can. Yes, I want to get rid of it. I'll do the same with the circle. Click that and click the trash can. All right, you specifically asked about where the rubric was, so I'll get to answering your question now. You can click on the rubric over here in the evaluation and feedback window. So it goes ahead and it's going to open up the rubric for you. And on my computer, it opens up in a small window. So you're going to want to go ahead and take that full screen. And from here, you can go ahead and assess this particular student and their score, right? So if you click any of these boxes, it's going to go ahead and carry the score over. It's going to carry the score over. It will carry the score over. You also have the ability to leave feedback for any of these areas in the rubric as well by clicking Add Feedback. And this is the feedback section. Okay, so whenever I'm done leaving that feedback, I can just go ahead and click somewhere else, and you'll notice that it's saved my criterion feedback. There is no auto save on, or there is no save button on the rubric. It is all just auto save. So you can see the rubric is scoring as we go down. Now, just to give you more information, Nicole was talking about the range of rubrics and how they do that at ACC. And again, they put a range of points up here in the body text for proficient. So they might say 5 to 3 points, for example, and then they go down the line. And they go ahead, and my best guess of how they do that is they'll go ahead and they'll select a rating in the rubric, but then they come over here to this area where it carries over the 5 and they update that score to 3. They overwrite it. So what you'll notice is you get a special note that that's been overridden, still keeps it in that proficient category. So that's how they're using the range in their particular rubric, just to give you something to think about as we're working on rubrics. I'm going to go ahead and unclick all of these items and remove this feedback because that's for you to give for Jade. So I'll go ahead and hit the close button here, but we're now back out to 0 out of 100. So I'm going to hit the close button. That, in a nutshell, is how you assess with the rubric. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm here to help. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, I just did that whole thing.